Well, hello everyone. It's Halton here from the Dash Chef Food Network, and today I'll be cooking for you guys bourbon chicken. So follow me into the kitchen. Let me show you guys how I cook my bourbon chicken. Okay, so here are our ingredients that we're going to be using to make our bourbon chicken today. We have our brown sugar, we have soy sauce, we have onion powder, ground ginger, red pepper, we have apple juice, apple cider vinegar, we have our oil, salt and pepper, we have green onion, we have garlic, we have tomato ketchup over there, we have our bourbon, and we have our cornstarch, which is going to be used for thickening. Also our chicken right here that we're going to be cutting into bite-able sizes, and the sides that we're going to use today are rice and stir fry. So let's do this. And the ingredients portion will also be in the description. Okay everyone, so the next step after you wash and clean your chicken is to cut it into bite-able sizes. So I cut like that, and then I may cut it in half just to make it nice and biteable, like good size for the mouth. And then you just repeat the process for all of your chicken. Okay, so now that our chicken is all cut into biteable sizes, we're gonna go ahead and add our salt, little cornstarch, and black pepper. And then you mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Get that nice, smelly, seasoned chicken. So as you know, that's just part of the flavor, because most of the other flavor going to be coming from the other ingredients that are going to be added to the pot during the cooking process. So season your chicken, and then it's all look like this. Now let's go on to the next step. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is have your stove on medium heat, and then you add a little bit of oil, and you just let it stay long enough so the oil can be hot before you add your chicken. Alright, now that the pot is hot enough, I'm gonna go ahead and start to put my chicken in. So make sure your chicken are laid flat into your pot, and we're gonna cook it on one side, each side, for about 3 minutes. So one side without turning, then we flip it around and do it on the other side for another 3 minutes. While I wait on my chicken to cook on each side for 3 minutes, I'm going ahead and prepare my rice. So I wash my rice, and I add salt, and I also add butter. Rule of thumb for rice, just in case, your thumb, always put your water 1 inch above your rice. So always, you can use this as a measurement. The water needs to be 1 inch above your rice, and that's how you get perfectly cooked rice. So you can use this as a measurement, and it never goes wrong. Try it. So it's now 3 minutes that the chicken has been cooking on one side. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn them so they can cook for another 3 minutes on the other side. So you just go ahead and turn all the chicken over so they can cook for 3 minutes on the opposite side. And there you go, the chicken is now cooking on the opposite side. Now, alright, after our chicken has cooked on both sides for 3 minutes, as you can see, I have to change my pot because my skillet is just not deep enough for the sauce and all that stuff. So now our pot, we got oil in it, and we make sure it's hot enough. So we add our garlic. So you let that garlic cook to where you can smell it. So you stir that garlic up in the pot, and after you had that garlic, you can add a little bit of water to the pot. Right? There you go. So your garlic don't burn. And be careful when you're adding water. You don't want to pour too much, because you know how it goes with water and hot oil. And then you add your pepper flakes, your ground cinnamon and onion, also your vinegar, your soy sauce, brown sugar. Mix that out so that can completely dissolve into your pot. Then we add our apple juice and then our bourbon. Whew, making that nice. And also after you add your bourbon, then you want to add a little bit of ketchup. Then you're gonna stir this up and bring it to a boil. You bring it to a boil so the bourbon sauce, the bourbon can be reduced. And this will be one nice bourbon sauce that we're making right here. So see you guys in the next step. Okay, now that the sauce is to a boil, I can smell the bourbon, I can smell the soy sauce and everything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add back my chicken so we can finish the cooking process. So I add back my chicken. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna leave this for 10 to 15 minutes so this the bourbon can be completely reduced and the chicken can also finish the cooking process. All right, see you guys for the next step. Okay, so while I wait on my chicken, I come around to check my rice, and my rice is getting there. It looks good.
Yeah, I like rice.
Yeah, I know you like rice. That's why I'm making rice.
Yeah, make rice in my pan, right?
Okay, all right. She likes rice, I like rice. So occasionally I come and I give my chicken a stir just to ensure that all my chicken is still completely covered with my sauce. And you know, just to watch it. Make sure that your sauce is not all evaporated from your pot. So you gotta constantly give it, check on it. Let it do its thing for, as I said, 15 minutes. All right. Okay, so here we go. 10 minutes into our cooking process, and as you can see, our chicken looking really nice. Our sauce is looking awesome. So let's cook it down more for like 5 more minutes so it can also reduce a little bit more, and then you guys will see me at the end of this chicken process. All right, so now that my chicken looks perfectly fine, also my sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little cornstarch just to give it a little bit of thickness, not too much. And then I just let that sit for another 3-4 minutes so it can get the thickness, and then it will be ready to serve. So see you guys at the end. So now that my bourbon chicken is cooked, and you know, I keep it on low, very low heat just for it to stay warm because it's done. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my veggies. I like to do my veggie with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So you just glaze the bottom of your pot with a little olive oil and let that heat up before you throw your veggies in. All right, now that the oil is hot enough, I go ahead and I add my veggies. So you just let that sit there for a little bit over your heat in your oil until, you know, they started to separate, because I pull them just straight from the freezer. Rule of thumb, you need to pull them out a little bit ahead of time before you need them so they can either partially or completely defrosted. But I pull mine just straight from the freezer and I'm gonna cook it just like it is. All right, so you let that sit for a little bit. All right, so now that my veggies are completely defrosted and my broccoli are partially cooked, you know, as I said, I don't like to see my veggies mushy. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little salt and pepper, because salt and pepper makes everything taste good. A little bit of salt and pepper. Not too much, because these are veggie. You don't want them to be too salty. And then you can never go wrong with your veggies and add some soy sauce. I don't want to add too much soy sauce because it can be overpowering. Just a little soy sauce to give it a little bit of something, a little bit of flavor, you know. Then keep that on low heat because the only thing that is harder to cook is the carrots. You know, we're just trying to get the carrots nice, not too soft, but nice where you know you can just bite into it. So I'll show you guys at the end what my veggies look like on my plate when it's time to plate up. Okay, so we all know that apart from the look of the food, the taste and all that, another great moment is plating up. So now it's time to plate up our food. So here I go, 1 cup of rice. Do a cup of rice, and here comes our famous chicken. So chicken, and the sauce is looking so wonderful. Oh my goodness, chicken and more chicken because I love chicken. And then our veggies. Oh my goodness, this plate is looking so amazing. And veggies. And then we just top off our chicken with some green onions for garnish. And that is very, very beautiful. And there you have it, Dash Chef's Bourbon Chicken. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Also, leave us a comment.